Hi everybody, it's Emma from Misfit Gardening, and today I'm going to take you guys on a bit of a tour around the garden. I think the last one that I did was back in May, so the garden's changed a little bit, not a lot, since you guys last saw it, so stay tuned and find out a bit more. Hello everybody, I'm actually starting today's tour with watching one of the bees getting some water. We built a pond out of a stock tank. And the water lily's just blooming, so I wanted to show you guys that. So we've got the chickens out, so you guys can see. There we go. Today's Independence Day, so we thought we'd let them out. Now I've got several blueberries in containers. However, the chickens are now for it because they ate the blueberries that were on here, so my husband is very upset about that because there was quite a few on this plant and on this plant that's over with the clover, and now there's no blueberries, so my husband's super mad at the chickens and wants to eat the one that did it. So we've currently got the chickens out to do a little bit of foraging and free ranging. Hi Attila. Hey girl. There's Hengus. There's Mother Clucker. And Count Cluckula. And finally Ginger's kind of hanging out in the dog kennels that are airing. Let's head on over to the hive and see how they're doing. Pretty normal activity of them coming and going. I can spend forever watching these guys. They're fascinating to watch. So this is one of the hops that we're growing. You can see we've got the little cones just forming, and this is all our orchard. Unfortunately, we've got this ginormous maple that's here. We don't really like the tree. I mean, it's great because it drops its leaves and we've got a source of mulch, but generally speaking, you know, it's not really producing anything in the garden, so we're wanting to move that. But across all down here we've got 9 different varieties of hops. I've got a wine grape, the variety, I can't remember what it is, that's growing here as well. Actually, we're going to need to start training this bad boy in. So, what have we got in the orchard? Most of these are multi-grafted varieties because that's an easy way, if you live in a small garden, to be able to get a lot more fruit. So, this is a pear, which is doing really well. I actually need to cut the grass and remulch everything in here. We've got a plum, which, if this is the Shiro, which looks like we've got some plums. I mean, they've got some holes in them, so something's been munching on them. But we're going to have to prune this back. This is a peach. It's not doing overly great. This is a multi-grafted cherry, which definitely could do with some water. We're trying to fix the sprinkler system out the back here, so the lavender's taking a bit of a beating, unfortunately. But that's just teeming with bees and other bugs and stuff, so it's doing well. Not so well is the apple that we had to move. This is a much bigger apple tree that was pretty well established, but we decided to move it. This is the second time that we've moved it, really, and it's not looking very happy here. I think part of the problem is lack of water. Kind of see on the leaves it's not too happy, so I think I'm going to try hitting it up with some of the biodynamic preparations that I've got, because that seemed to help it last time. This apple, I believe this is a Gravenstein or Gravenstein. This one's perking up a lot better, and this one was looking a lot like this one till it started getting a lot more water. You can tell we've lost the blossoms and things on this one, so we're not expecting an apple harvest at all this year. This is a Granny Smith, and I don't know, just none of these are looking very good. I'll have to hit this one up as well with some biodynamic preparations. And this one is a combination apple that's got Honeycrisp, Granny Smith, Fuji, Golden Delicious and Gala, or Gala, depending on where you're from. And that one's looking a little bit better. We do have a bit of a junk pile, but this I wanted to show you guys. I believe this is goldenrod or Aaron's rod. It's a wildflower in the UK. This is just kind of popped up here, and I'm letting it grow because I've seen a lot of bees on here, so I'm all about benefiting the bees. So, and I think it's pretty too. Alright, let's take a look inside the garden. So first of all, you can probably see we've been doing a lot of digging. We've actually got to remove a lot of the earth that's down here and over on the other side down here, to actually grade the other end of the garden so we can put a patio in. And because the boxes are kind of halfway buried on this side in comparison to the others, we've got a lot of excavating and things to do, so that's not going to be all that fun. My weed suppressing fabric has arrived and the landscape staples, so as soon as we've got all this moved, I can lay the black mulch and stuff down and then get the wood chips in. So that's pretty much what we're going to be doing out here now. It's just preparing all of that. If I show you this side, we did consider grassing it, but this is what's happened. We've got lots of weeds and things that have come down, and everything that's up here is all bindweed, and I'm finding it everywhere, and it spreads so badly. So we're just gonna mulch everything and go with some wood chips. And actually we can get wood chips delivered from our local city for, you know, a really reasonable cost actually. So I think it's like $120 for like 20 cubic yards or something, so that's going to be a lot easier for us to handle. Got lots of honeysuckle that's, you know, produced lots and lots of berries, but this whole bush is just, it's very leggy, it's not looking great, so they're all going to get a real hard prune back, so we can have some nicer bushy growth, and then I'm actually going to move all of these so we can open this fencing up. So we've actually got a chain link divide. We're going to take off all of these plastic things, and this is what I'm going to be growing my fruiting canes up, so things like blackberries or brambles, those kind of things are going to get up there. And hopefully if I can find a passion flower or a fig that will do well here in zone 7, I'm considering getting one of those up here too. So speaking of blackberries, we've got one in here, so that's actually flowered and producing some fruit. This was the first bed that we've planted, and really we've been harvesting quite a lot out of here. We've got so many volunteer sunflowers in most of the beds now, but these were my heirloom snow peas, and these are just drying out now so I can save the seed. So they're definitely done, and they got to nearly 6 feet tall, so that was a pretty good go. Got some more drying here. This bed is mostly Swiss chard now, and some beets. So we can see where we've had some nibbling damage from stuff. In here, I mean, hopefully you guys can see we've got onions and stuff that are bulbing up really well, really well. Bindweed. If you guys have like a good method to get rid of bindweed, you know, I'd love to know, because I'm pretty much coming out every day and I'm pulling the stuff out. In the tyres, we've got a thornless blackberry. I've actually also got a jasmine hiding in here as well, so that's one of the other things I want to plant up at the back here, because I absolutely adore the smell of jasmine. This is a hibiscus, a rose of Sharon, and that's going to be totally laden with flowers this year, so that's excellent. In bed number 2, we've got lots of nasturtiums. I've got some petunias. These need deadheading actually. This is a oak leaf lettuce, and that's pretty nice. Can't wait to have some of that in my salad later on today. This is a zucchini. I don't know if you can see the little zucchini that's down there. Oh my goodness, the bindweed doesn't stop. My word, look at that. What else have we got in here? We've got some other squashes. We've got, this is a Scotch kale. Only one managed to survive. This whole bed was actually planted up with kale, but it didn't survive the onslaught of bugs that were eating stuff. I had a real problem with earwigs and sow bugs, so they kind of did a number on it. This squash, or maybe it's a melon, isn't looking too happy. More volunteer sunflowers. And these are way taller than I am now, but not as tall as what they were last year. Last year we had sunflowers that were like 15 foot tall, so I mean, it'd be nice if they get that tall again, but I'm not anticipating it. What else have we got in here? We have a couple of tomatoes. I actually thought these had been killed off completely by a late frost, so I'm quite excited to see that they're coming back. Need to get some more mulch in here to try and help put things back to right. Maybe deal a bit more with this bindweed. Oh my goodness. More squash, or might be a melon. I've planted both in here, melons and squashes. The melon variety that I'm trying to grow is Tigger, which are these beautiful like little orange stripy melons, so I'm quite excited about those. So I'm really hoping that they grow. I've never grown melons before, so I'm really excited about that. These things here are all sweet potatoes, so I'm trying to train them to go up and over the trellis. This bed is looking quite messy now. It's mostly onions and peas. The peas are pretty much done. I think we're gonna probably pull those today and eat the pods and the peas, or the chickens might get them. I let my onions go to flower, partly because I wanted the seed, and also I wanted to make sure that the bees had some flowers really to forage on, because there's not a lot here, and we found if we don't plant flowers and stuff, we're not going to be able to attract things into the garden, because there's no flowers and things nearby. So this is sorrel, and it's bolted now, it's got too hot for it, so it's running to seed. I'm going to let that seed where it wants to. This one's already seeded. My hazelnut's not looking very happy. I think I need to move it maybe to somewhere that's partial shade. I think this might be a bit too hot for it. I think these bad boys down here are cucumbers. This is one of many tomatoes from saved tomato seed from the grocery store. Last year I got some heirloom cherry tomatoes and saved a bunch of seed. I'm not sure if that's a cucumber or a melon. Might be either. I've been really bad at actually labelling where things went, or I sowed stuff and then forgot by the time I got inside. The June bearing strawberries have been really good, and they're actually producing runners, so I can get some free strawberries. This tomato here is not looking too good. It was quite badly hit with the late snow. I mean, we covered everything, but I think it still took a toll on it. This is parsley, and I love parsley. I love making parsley sauce for fish dishes, so I'm excited to be growing this. It's also good if you've got an upset tummy. I've just discovered I've got tomatoes. Excellent. Right, so what's going on in bed number 5? This is lots more tomatoes, all saved from seed that I bought at the store. Got a whole heap of them under there. So it should be a good harvest. Got a myriad of stuff going down here. I mean, bindweed's coming up like there is no tomorrow. Seriously guys, if you have any tips on, reducing bindweed, I am all ears at this point. I think we've got lots of different things that are starting to come up now. There's some basil seeds, seedlings that are coming up. I think there's also some dill. Got some beans finally growing up. Another couple of tomatoes. Gotta be careful where I'm going now. Bed number 6, nasturtiums and some pole beans. Hiding all the way in here. This little guy right here. This one, not this one, this one. That's a passion flower. So I'm really hoping that that'll grow. This is Salsify scorsonera. They're an heirloom European vegetable from like 19th century and earlier. So I'm excited to be growing those. Got some lettuce. This is a romaine type lettuce. Not that, it's bindweed. But I like these kind of freckled ones. I think they're really, really sweet. Oh look, my sunflower's about to start flowering. Oh, that's going to be wonderful. I love sunflowers because the bees and the wasps and lots of other pollinating insects really enjoy them. I mean, we've got lots of flowers and things in here to try and bring everything in, but nothing quite how a sunflower works. And then the chickens get the seeds afterwards, so it's a win-win really. My beans and things are starting to come up. I've honestly not had a lot of growth on any of these beans or the cucumbers or melons over the last 3 or 4 weeks. I've been getting a little worried, to be honest, just about the lack of growth. These on the other hand have been really good. They've shot up quite a lot. Now I did put some manure in these beds. I put maybe 1/4 of an inch of manure as a mulch on these and to feed, because there's so much corn in here and squashes and things like here, and you know, everything in here's had a real tough time at getting started because it was just being eaten alive by sow bugs. Oh, I don't know if you saw the little dragonfly that was kicking about. Beans are still kind of getting munched on, but at least they're starting to grow now. I think this is a spaghetti squash, vegetable spaghetti. This is all glass gem corn. It's grown quite significantly in the last day. I did give it another feed with my liquid fertilizer stuff, so that was pretty good. In here, this is a Ute Indian squash, and I'm really hoping that this is going to start putting out a whole lot of flowers soon. And the beans I'm growing in with this are cannellini. They're a pole bean. This rather spectacular bed is the Painted Mountain corn, and I really like these wonderful reddish purple stems. I think they're really pretty to look at. This is a buttercup squash, and already it's pumping out flowers. And we've got a little guy in there forming. The beans are the same. We've got cannellini beans growing in here. It's the same beans as this one. Although it looks like the beans in this one are actually a lot higher up than in this bed. So the corn is slightly taller for the Painted Mountain stuff, but this is just amazing to me. I've not grown a lot of corn, mostly because I really struggled to grow it where I lived in England. It was a bit too cold for it really. So yeah, it's looking pretty neat. So we'll see how that one goes. This bed is I think all the beds, definitely all the beds are some level of polyculture. This is tomatoes. This is brandywine here. You can tell from the leaves. And we've got a rather marvellous zucchini plant in here. Not sure what sort of zucchini it is. Guessing this one might be Black Beauty. Maybe. Yeah, we've got 2 zucchinis. And hiding under here, I think, is a patty pan. And I actually prefer patty pans over zucchinis, so I want to see if I can sow some more patty pans today and get some. This tomato isn't a saved seed. This is from a transplant that I bought from a local nursery. There's not a lot of difference in height between this one and this one, or even this one and this one right next to it, and this one was one that I saved from the seed. I think this is either a black Crim or a purple Cherokee. I can't remember what I bought now, but you know, I wanted something that wasn't just a cherry tomato. This Concord grape is refusing to die and has come back again, and all the way down, so I'm going to have to try and put some trellis up. We actually hacked it all back when we got the fence put in. I hate Concord grape. The chickens love them, but I really dislike them. So, obviously it wants to stay, so maybe I should get it training up something. But these leaves are massive. It's huge. The peach tree. I didn't quite realise like how envious people were of the peaches. We've still got a lot. I'm still wondering what on earth to do with them all. I'm definitely going to do some preserves, and you know, there's people that I really want to send some of my peach preserves to. So if you're really into peach preserves, you know, let me know. Maybe I can send you some. But I've got a horrible feeling that these are going to be ready when I'm away visiting my husband's family in Texas. So we'll see. We'll see. We have new garden beds, finally. The herbs and stuff are not getting any water anymore, so we need to move them. Actually, this is what these planters are for. Or I'm going to dismantle some tyres and plant the herbs in those. These are all sugar pumpkins, because I was an idiot and I left the sugar pumpkin seed packet out on the bed, and then it got watered, and then I thought, well, rather than throwing them away, let's plant them all. This is all celery, and I've had no carrots come up at all. I seriously think it's the compost that I'm using. I think it's too big and bulky for the carrots to grow, and I kind of learnt that from watching one of Ryan from A Little Dirt Never Hurt, one of his videos. So thank you, Ryan, you taught me something. More sugar pumpkins. In fact, I've got 3 beds with sugar pumpkins, and we're growing them up and over the archway. We installed this last Sunday, so we're just trying to get these guys used to how they're going to grow. So I've just been training everything up, and we've still got some sweet potatoes in here as well. So after I've finished videoing, I'll have to come and tie all these in. Got some broccoli in here as well. This is Romanesco broccoli, super pretty, really love it. And Neil deGrasse Tyson, who's somebody that I really admire in the scientific community, also likes Romanesco broccoli. We saw him doing a show down in Salt Lake, and he was talking about fractals and how this broccoli had them, and it just so happened that I'd already had the seed anyway, so my husband really nerded out, because he's an even bigger fan of Neil deGrasse Tyson than I am, so immediately we had to plant everything. But it's not really come up very well, so I'm going to need to put another sowing in soon anyway for winter. Got some more lettuce coming up. This is a heat tolerant variety of spinach. This is Galilee, and I've had really poor germination of that as well. So apparently this hasn't been the year for me for greens, but squashes and stuff definitely. Got more corn in here. This is like a traditional corn. This is called Honey Triple Select, and this is from really old seed that I had. I didn't think it would germinate, but actually everything germinated. The beans are borlotti. I love borlotti beans, so when these guys grow, I'm definitely making sure to save a lot of the seed. I've got another zucchini in here, and these are, of course, sugar pumpkins and sweet potatoes. Get those going. Hopefully, I've got these wonderful visions of this whole archway being covered by them, but we'll have to see. And then we've got 3 new beds, and these are mostly going to be for our winter vegetables that we're going to be putting in, so things like kale, broccoli. I'm going to try carrots in this one because I've put some of the sandy soil that we've got in the usual garden in here, and I can now like pull out all the rocks that are in here. So that's my plan. I'm going to try putting carrots in here, kale, broccoli, some leeks and stuff, and same with these beds really once the summer vegetables and things are out. Put those in. My raspberries, it's the last thing that I want to show you guys. They've kind of been a little hit and miss really. We did have to move them when we took like this bed out to make this bed right here, to make room for everything else. Oh, they're still good though. I don't think I've quite got enough to make a pot of jam, but maybe I've got enough to make some raspberry vodka. Who knows? So this is how our garden's going at the moment. How's yours growing? I really want to know. If you've done a video recently with a garden tour, let me know in the comments. I love to see other people's gardens and see how they're all doing. What's harvesting from yours right now as well? I really want to know. We've had quite a good harvest of basil. You can see it down here. It's gone nuts. Huge leaves too. But mostly it's been strawberries and peas and Swiss chard for us. So yeah, let me know what's growing well and what are you harvesting right now in your garden. Until next time, I'm Emma from Misfit Gardening, and I'll see you guys soon.